What's going on, guys? This is Ethan here with EG's Garage, and today I'm going to be reviewing my 2006 Honda Odyssey Touring. And before I get started, I just want to talk really quick about the background, why I got this car, because this car has a lot of history, and because of that, I have a lot of experience with it. And I think that just goes to show all the stuff I'm saying in this video goes to show how reliable this car is and how good of a car it is in the long run. So this car, actually, my parents bought back in 2006, brand new off the dealership lot. They bought it when I was 9 years old. So I've had this car for the majority of my life. It has 207,000 miles on it right now. When I got it, so my parents ended up giving it to me because they bought a brand new car and decided instead of getting rid of it, they wanted to just give it to me if I wanted it. And of course, I took up the offer. It's great having this car as a daily driver and a compliment to my Terminator Cobra because I don't have to put so many miles on that car. So this car, super reliable. I've been through multiple road trips with it. It's been in the family for a long time, since it was brand new. So a lot of history with this car, a lot of good memories, and it's just been a true road trip warrior the whole entire time we've had it. So let's get started off, guys. Again, this is going to be an in-depth review of the 2006 Honda Odyssey. Now, this is a car you can find for obviously a used car now because they don't make these things new. The 2006 models are obviously not new anymore, so you're only going to find them used. So this review is going to be going over some of the things you can expect from buying a used Honda Odyssey, because for the 2006 model, obviously, they're all used and they're all going to come with higher miles. Like I said, this one has 207,000 miles. Just looking out on the internet, you're going to find a lot of these with over 100,000 at least. You're looking at like 150 to 160,000 miles. Seems to be the general average for this car. And I mean, that makes sense. If you do the 12,000 miles a year calculation, you get about 150 to 160,000 miles. So start off, guys, with the exterior of this car. Now, this is a minivan, so a lot of you don't care too much about the exterior. That's not why you're buying this. But let's just take a look here at some of the things that I've noticed about the exterior that seem to be issues. So if you look here, there's some paint chipping off on the hood there. Now, for these Odysseys, this is actually something that I've noticed is pretty common. I've seen multiple high mileage Odysseys like that where there's paint chips on the front of the hood there, with rocks just coming up and hitting that paint, especially if you go out on a lot of road trips. Additionally, one thing I don't like too much about here, and this is something you can easily fix yourself or buff out, but the headlights, just because it's an older car, will get fogged up here. Something just a ding on the exterior. But other than that, it actually looks halfway decent for a minivan in the front here. I don't mind the styling. Now, coming around to the side here, one of the things a lot of people have problems with in this car is the tires here and the wheels. So these are Michelin run flats. One issue with this is you can only put these tires on this car, and only Honda dealerships can do it. So big issue there. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on your tires and stuff, you're gonna have to spend about $1,600 just to get all four tires on this car, because you have to take it to a Honda dealership and they have to know how to install those tires in the run flat system. Or you can just get new wheels. The only problem with that is you'll have to reflash the ECU and the tune and everything, so that way it doesn't run a code and say your tires are flat, because the ECU is designed to communicate with the run flat system here. And as you'll see when you get in the interior of the car, there's a display which shows your tire pressures and everything, and it's based off the sensors in this system with the rims and the tires. So definitely one thing to ding about the car. Other than that, though, for having 207,000 miles, the body here is in pretty good shape. There's not too many dings and dents. It's not a show car, it's a minivan, but it can be, if you take care of it, it can be a well taken care of car, and it can look good for having so many miles. Now, swinging around to the back here, nothing too crazy in the back. You got a lot of nice little visibility there with that big windshield in the back. I mean, it's a minivan. You're going to get that with pretty much any minivan you get. but pretty basic styling back here. I kind of like the way the taillights are kind of squared off there. I think it adds a nice touch to the styling, and then that silver bar that goes across the back there, I think it helps add a little bit of flash, and that's specifically for the Touring model. And the Touring model, this is the top of the line model for the 2006 year, so it has all the features you can imagine for a Honda Odyssey. So that's enough talking about the exterior. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the engine bay. All right guys, so here we are at the engine bay. Under the hood here, we've got a 3.5 liter V6 engine. This is the standard V6 engine that comes with all the V6 Hondas, even the modern ones, you know, your V6 Accord, your Pilot, your Odyssey, they all come with this 3.5 liter V6. Now this particular V6 from the factory, when it's brand new, makes 244 horsepower and 240 foot-pounds of torque. Now, that's plenty of passing power on the highway. However, one thing I will say is these higher mileage Hondas, at least mine, definitely isn't making that type of power anymore. You can tell when you're out on the highway doing 70, 80 miles per hour and you're trying to pass people, this thing really struggles. Once you have to slow down for that semi-truck or something on the highway, it takes forever to get back up to speed, even from like 60 to 80. It's going to take a while, so that's just something to keep in mind when you're buying one of these older vehicles, is it's not going to have that power that it used to have anymore, unless you do like an engine rebuild, which it's a van, come on, it's not really that big of a deal if you're lacking a little bit of power. Now, where this car really shines, you're looking at 17 miles per gallon highway and 26 city, and that's really good. Or sorry, I had that backwards. 17 city, 26 highway. You're looking at a lot of good gas mileage for a car that weighs about 5,000 pounds and can carry a bunch of cargo like a truck. So it's really good fuel mileage for something like this. Additionally, it has a 21-gallon tank, which means on the highway this is good for 540 miles in terms of the range. So you can take this car on really long road trips without having to stop. So yeah, it may not be a fast car, but it can get you places fast because you don't have to stop for gas all the time. So I've gone on 4 road trips with this car, 2 3,000-mile road trips and 2 1,500-mile road trips, and I can personally attest to the fact that this thing, like I drive about 1,000 miles a day. I only really have to stop twice during the trip, and the second time I stop is at my destination. So it's very convenient having that much range in this car, and you know, that's what is super nice about this car. Now, in terms of working on the car, it's a Honda. If you have to remove this cover, and then the way the engine's sitting in the engine bay here, at least I'm used to big V8s, so the way they sit in the engine, the spark plugs are on the sides here. If you're trying to work on it to get to the rear cylinders, it's all the way back in here, so you have to play back in there and reach in there. There's one thing that I'm gonna ding on this. It's a little hard to work on, but at the same time, any of these people who own these Hondas just take it to the dealership, because dealerships will do a great job on working on these Hondas. So that being said, why don't we go swing around to the back. You can open with the keys, so you can see you have a open button there, or what you can do is you can walk up to the back and there's a latch here you can pull up and open it. So right now the car's locked. I'm gonna unlock it and use the key here to open the back. Just hold it down and it'll pop open. Takes a little while to open. Wish it would open a little bit faster. I know some SUVs and stuff will pop up a little bit faster, but you can see back here there is a ton of room in this cargo bay. I have a cargo net here. You can see there's little attachments there if you want to put up a cargo net. Helps for groceries and stuff, keeping it nice and tight inside here. I take this down, throw that back there. So you have some power outlets back here, and there's just really so much room in here. I can fit a whole load of stuff in the back. Right here you have your rear seats, so you can pull them up in here and they just pull up like that. So pull them up, push them over, and you got your seats in there. When you pull up your seats, you have more room down here to put your cargo. And you can also put up this side as well, flip that over, and you know, voila, you have all this room back here when you have the back seats up. So you have 2 seats in the front, 2 in the middle, and then when you put up the back, you have 3. So this van can fit 7 people in it, and super convenient if you're trying to, you know, you have kids and you want to take them to your sporting events, whatnot, you want to take a bunch of friends, you can do this in this van. Now I'm going to put the seats back down to show you a little bit more features about this. So to put the seats down, you just pull this button right here and put it right there. Alright, so I'm going to climb in the vehicle here and show you guys a little bit more from the inside. So on the inside here, I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm 5'11 and a half, and you can see I'm able to stand and sit really easily in the back of this thing. So there's so much room in here, like honestly I could sleep back here if I wanted to. So back here on the passenger side, you got 2 cup holders. If you look in here, little cargo area there. If you want to store stuff, swinging back around here, you have a little storage area here. I have a breaker bar, some paper towels, and some more cargo net equipment in there. And then if you look in here, the car actually comes with some headphones. So you have in here a place to plug in those headphones. You also have a video plug-in port here where you can plug in a camera and play video off of the TV that's over here in the middle row. And then you also have an outlet back here as well with some cup holders. So a lot of storage area back here, a lot of different things you can do with the back end. So taking a look at the middle here, these are automatic doors. So you just pull, let go, and it will slide open just like that. Coming into the middle here, you know, a lot of room as well. You got some cup holders here, and then you got a nice little storage area in the middle where you can store various items like CDs, stuff in here, and it goes back pretty far. So there's a lot of room in there. You sit on these seats, you can kind of see what it looks like from the back here. And then if you look up here, you've got a TV, something that's pretty high tech for 2006. TV back here, and there's up front there's a DVD player, so I'll show you guys how to work that. You also got a remote back here. You can actually control the radio and everything from back here, and this can also control the TV. So super cool features for 2006. Definitely back in the day, this was top of the line tech for its time. Into the front here in the driver's seat, I'll just start off by kind of going over the side here. So if you look at the side, you got some cheap plastic here, kind of some cheap hard plastic. Now it's cheap, it's hard, but it doesn't make a lot of noise, so I'm not really gonna ding it there. It's 2006, so I'm not expecting like fancy leather and all that. You got different buttons here. You can turn on and off your stability control. You got a parking sensor that you can turn on and off. You can open your trunk from back here. You can also come over here and open the sunroof. You can open the side doors from here too. You got a child's lock here, and then what this will do, you can adjust the pedal height off this right here. And then you got your fans you can adjust, turn on, off, move to the side, power windows, full power windows, your mirror adjustment. What you can do here is you can save different seat settings based on your preference. So you can have up to 2 drivers. The car comes with 2 sets of keys, and the car can memorize for you which seat configuration, how far you like to sit from the seat. If you come to the middle here, you got your entertainment console right here. Premium sound system, I'll show you, but the speakers sound great. Not really much needed there. Down here you got a CD player. You got 2 power outlets, seat warmers, and then when you come up here, you got your whole climate control system, fans, hazards, and then you got a full functioning GPS here. Pretty high tech for 2006. Coming back here, you got some storage room in here in the glove box, and then you also have a lockable storage area here that's pretty big. You can fit some documents in there and whatnot. If you're a woman, you can fit a person there probably and lock it up when you're going out of the car. So pretty convenient feature there. You can lock it right there with the key. On the sides here of the doors, we have more storage area with cup holder, everything. Not too much room in there. And then you kind of have another compartment up in here. Never really use either of these, but they can be nice. And then in the middle here, I mean, you got 4 cup holders and then a little storage area here. You can see it's about the size of my hand. So it's not too big, but you know, you can fit whatever you need, like your phone, wallet, stuff it right here. And you know, it's plenty of room. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start the car and show you some of the cool features that the car has. So for 2006, this actually has a lot of cool electronic features. One of the things you can do, you can actually talk to the GPS by pressing this button, and you can give it commands similar to like Siri or something. So this is the first sort of artificial intelligence, if you will. Granted, it's really bad. I'm not even going to show you because it hardly works, so I wouldn't recommend using it. We go up here, you can click on the info button right there, and you can see different information about your car. So that's my current range based on the fuel mileage and how much gas I have. You can see elapsed time for your trip if you set that, your average speed for your trip, your fuel economy. Yeah, and here's where that tire pressure system I was talking about. You can see if your system's normal. If I click select there, if I click the select button, you can see all the different tire pressures on the vehicle. As you can see, my tires look good right now. I have 31 PSI on all 4. Click the info button again, and I can look at my instant fuel mileage. So right now I'm not moving, it's going to say 0, but it's kind of cool on road trips. You can have this display up and you can see your fuel economy and all that. From here on this little tab right there, you can change the settings. So right now we're showing the temperature, but look, I can show my oil life. So about 40% oil life. Then I can go to the total mileage of the car, the temperature outside, and just fluctuate between those different settings like that. I normally keep it with trip A and the temperature. So moving over here to the GPS, and I'm going to turn on the AC because this is Arizona and it's really hot. So turn that on. I might make a little bit of noise in the background, but you can come here to the GPS. So if I click the menu, the GPS is actually really nice and cool for 2006. Pretty nice display here. You know, you can kind of go up to the map guide and you can see the map. Click menu. You can input your destination, all that. There's a lot of cool features that come with the GPS. You can actually go in here and customize the color of the screen. You can do a bunch of different things. You can, from here, change the different settings in the van, like the time and everything. You also have your CDs back here. You can load the tray. So you got the capability of up to 6 CDs. Now, no, this car does not have Bluetooth or even aux cord capability. That's one thing that, you know, I'm kind of going to ding on this. If you are living in the modern day, those are 2 pretty crucial features for a car that a lot of people like. But, you know, this is 2006. For what you're paying for, this is actually pretty good value for the money. And then you got your climate control here, pretty good. Now I'm going to show you the radio. The radio actually sounds really good. I've never had the need to modify it or anything, but I turned on here.
The frontline heroes of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sounds pretty good.
They're the doctors, nurses, first responders, pharmacists, grocery workers, truck drivers.
So you got yourself the radio there. And that's pretty much all the features here on the inside of the car. Again, it's a 2006, so you're not getting all the fancy features that you might get in some of your newer cars, but it's still pretty high tech for 2006. And for what you're paying for this thing, you're getting a pretty good deal. So that being said, what is the price of this van? How much can you find this thing for? So you're actually looking at about $5,000 for this van. And I'm not even kidding you. You can get this value for that low of a price and for less miles than the one I currently have. So just looking here at some listings on cars.com, you can see as I'm kind of scrolling through, 160, 150,000 miles, and you're looking at under $6,000 for some of these vans. So super good value. And you know, talking about the reliability of this thing, since 2006, we really haven't had any issues with it. This van, it's a Honda, you know, it's built for reliability. This thing will get you through the long haul, will get you through those road trips. And if you're in the market for a minivan and are only looking to spend less than $10,000, then, you know, this is a good option for you and something you should really look at. Like I said, I've had this thing, my family's had this thing for a long time, and it's been a super reliable, super nice car to have. Highly recommend this as a minivan. So let me know what you guys think, if you had any issues with this van, and what your opinions are of the Honda Odyssey. And yeah, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope this helps you in your search for that perfect minivan for you and your family. And yeah, leave a like on the video, and if you like this video, please subscribe. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.